Your soulmate is getting married to someone else, the truth is hidden. Don't scroll, pause right here and breathe for a second, because if these words landed on you, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now even if you're trying to stay strong and act like you're okay. Listen to this carefully. What you're feeling is not weakness, jealousy, or obsession. It's the shock of a soul recognizing a turning point it didn't expect to see this way. There are moments when the universe delivers news that feels like it knocks the air out of your chest, not to destroy you, but to wake you gently before you lose years of your life holding on to a story that was never meant to be lived in silence. Stay till the end, because this is not what it looks like on the surface, and the truth your heart is searching for has been hidden in plain sight. You may be replaying memories right now, wondering how something that felt so real could lead here, questioning whether you imagined the depth, whether you misunderstood the signs, whether you were simply a chapter they closed. Listen to this moment closely. Soul connections don't disappear just because someone chooses a wedding date. They don't evaporate because a ring is placed on a finger. But here's the part most people don't talk about. Not every marriage is a soul decision. Many are fear decisions. Many are comfort decisions. Many are choices made to quiet inner chaos, to meet timelines, to satisfy family expectations, or to avoid the loneliness of facing one's own truth. This message is for you if you felt a connection that never fully had permission to exist out loud. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is asking you to look deeper, not at them, but at what this moment is revealing about you. Listen to this carefully. When someone chooses to marry while something inside them remains unresolved, hidden, or emotionally divided, it doesn't mean you lost. It means you refuse to abandon your truth. And that difference matters more than you know. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you may be blaming yourself, wondering why you weren't chosen, why it didn't happen the way you imagined, why timing failed you. But timing doesn't fail souls. It exposes readiness. And readiness is not the same as love. Don't scroll, because this is where clarity begins to cut through the pain. You may have noticed signs long before this announcement ever came. Subtle distancing. Unfinished conversations. An inability to meet you fully in the open. Angel numbers appearing during moments of emotional confusion, 222 when you question balance, 444 when you tried to ground yourself and feel safe again, 555 when something inside you whispered that a major shift was coming, 1111 when your intuition begged you to wake up. These weren't coincidences. They were preparation. This message is for you if your soul felt something was unresolved even when your mind tried to move on. Listen to this moment. The hidden truth isn't that they don't care. The hidden truth is that caring and choosing are not the same thing. Someone can care deeply and still choose a path that avoids emotional risk. Someone can feel love and still choose familiarity over alignment. Someone can recognize a soulmate and still decide not to become the person required to hold that kind of connection responsibly. And that choice, painful as it is, has nothing to do with your worth. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you loved honestly, without hiding, without splitting your heart in half. You didn't choose safety over truth. You didn't choose appearances over authenticity. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe is not asking you to wait in the shadows, to hope something changes, or to hold space for someone else's confusion. It's asking you to recognize what kind of love you are no longer available for. Love that is hidden. Love that is postponed. Love that requires silence, secrecy, or self-denial. Listen to this carefully. If this connection was meant to be your forever, it would not require you to watch from the sidelines while someone else steps into a public role with the person you never got to be openly. That kind of love would break you slowly. And the universe protects its own by ending illusions before they harden into lifelong wounds. Stay till the end, because here comes the emotional revelation your heart has been circling around. You are not being replaced. You are being redirected. What feels like rejection is actually separation from a timeline that would have cost you your voice, your peace, and your self-respect. This marriage announcement is not the universe saying, "You weren't enough." It's the universe saying, "This was not the life meant for you." And there is a difference so profound it will change how you grieve. Listen to this moment. Soulmates don't always come to stay. Some come to awaken. Some come to teach you the depth of your heart. Some come to mirror your capacity to love so you never settle for anything less again. And awakening relationships often end at the point where you are strong enough to walk forward without them. Your heart needs this reminder right now because endings like this are not failures. They are initiations. Don't scroll, because destiny is shifting quietly beneath your feet. You may feel sadness, anger, disbelief, and relief all at once. Let it come. That mix means truth is integrating. It means you're not numb, and you're not broken. You're processing a reality that finally makes sense of all the unanswered questions. Listen to this carefully. What's meant for you will never be hidden behind someone else's vows. It will never require you to doubt your intuition. It will never ask you to be patient past your capacity. The love aligned for you will arrive openly, clearly, and without apology. And when it does, you'll understand why this door had to close so firmly. Stay till the end, because this is where hope returns in a grounded way. The universe is not ending your love story. It is ending confusion, fantasy, and emotional limbo. It is clearing space for a connection that does not choose fear over truth. Your heart needs this reminder right now because peace is not found in waiting for someone who chose another path. Peace is found in choosing yourself fully and allowing destiny to meet you where you stand. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not unloved. You are protected. If this message felt like it was speaking directly to you, that's because it was meant to. Let it settle. Like, share, and subscribe in this same aligned flow, because messages like this arrive in chapters, and the next one may reveal the love that chooses you openly, honestly, and without hesitation. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what unfolds now is the part your heart has been quietly bracing for, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now even if you're telling yourself you've accepted the situation. Listen to this carefully. After the shock of hearing that your soulmate is marrying someone else, there is a deeper emotional layer that surfaces when the noise fades and you're alone with your thoughts. It's the layer where questions shift from, "How could this happen?" to, "Why does this still affect me so deeply?" That question isn't weakness. It's awareness waking up. Stay till the end, because this is where the hidden truth starts revealing itself, not through pain, but through clarity. You may notice that your emotions now come in waves rather than explosions. Moments of sadness mixed with sudden calm. Moments of longing followed by a strange sense of relief. That contrast is not confusion. It's your soul separating illusion from reality. Your heart needs this reminder right now because what you're grieving isn't just the person. You're grieving the version of the future you silently carried, the one where the connection was acknowledged openly instead of hidden behind timing, fear, or circumstances. Listen to this moment closely. When someone chooses marriage while a deeper truth remains unspoken, it often means they chose certainty over authenticity. That choice may look like happiness on the surface, but beneath it, there is unresolved emotion, unfinished self-work, and suppressed truth. And here is the part most people don't want to admit. Many marriages are not endings of soul connections. They are pauses. Distractions. Attempts to outrun inner knowing. This message is for you if you felt like the bond never had a clean ending, if it faded instead of closing, if silence replaced honesty. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is not asking you to wait, hope, or interfere. It's asking you to understand the difference between destiny and detour. Listen to this carefully. A soulmate does not always arrive to stay forever. Sometimes they arrive to activate you, to awaken parts of your heart you didn't know existed, to teach you what depth feels like so you never settle for surface-level love again. And when that activation is complete, the paths separate, not because love wasn't real, but because growth demanded different directions. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you may be blaming yourself for not being chosen, when in reality, you were the one who chose truth over convenience. Don't scroll, because this is where spiritual clarity deepens. Angel numbers may still be showing up around you, but now they carry a different tone. 222 when you're learning emotional balance instead of longing. 444 when you're grounding yourself in reality instead of fantasy. 555 when you feel a major internal shift happening even if nothing external changes. These are signs that your soul is reorganizing itself around truth, not hope alone. Listen to this moment. The hidden truth isn't that they are happier without you. The hidden truth is that happiness chosen out of fear is fragile. Someone who marries to escape inner conflict carries that conflict into the marriage. And that has nothing to do with you. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you loved without hiding. You didn't split your heart into public and private versions. You didn't ask someone else to carry your truth for you. You stood in your feelings honestly, even when it hurt. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe is not punishing you by letting you witness this. It is protecting you from a life where your needs would have remained unspoken, your presence minimized, and your love compartmentalized. You may feel tempted to compare yourself, to wonder what the other person has that you don't. Listen to this carefully. Comparison is the mind's attempt to regain control when the soul already knows the answer. The answer is not, they are better. The answer is, they were available. And availability is not the same as alignment. Stay till the end, because this is the emotional revelation that brings grounding instead of hope that hurts. You are not meant to be someone's secret, backup plan, or emotional refuge while they build a public life elsewhere. You are meant to be chosen openly, clearly, and without hesitation. And the universe will never ask you to compete with fear, tradition, or convenience. Listen to this moment. As this truth settles, you may notice your attachment softening. Not disappearing, but loosening. You're no longer gripping the story. You're allowing it to be what it was. That softening is healing. Your heart needs this reminder right now because letting go does not mean the connection was meaningless. It means you are honoring its purpose without letting it define your future. Don't scroll, because destiny is shifting again. The next chapter of your life will not involve waiting in silence or interpreting signs in the dark. It will involve clarity, reciprocity, and love that does not hide behind circumstances. You won't have to wonder where you stand. You won't have to accept crumbs of honesty. You won't have to suppress your truth to keep someone comfortable. Listen to this carefully. The universe is not closing your heart. It is teaching it how to recognize what is truly aligned. And alignment feels peaceful, not agonizing. It feels steady, not suspenseful. It feels open, not hidden. Stay till the end, because this is where hope returns in a mature form. Not hope that clings to someone who chose another path, but hope rooted in self-respect and trust in divine timing. Your heart needs this reminder right now because the love meant for you will never arrive through loss alone. It will arrive through clarity, courage, and mutual choosing. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. What feels like an ending is actually a redirection. And redirection is how the universe saves you from settling for a life that would have asked you to be smaller than you are. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what you're about to hear now is the layer most people never reach, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you've been functioning, smiling, and showing the world that you're okay. Listen to this carefully. After the initial shock fades and the sadness softens, there comes a moment when your soul starts asking a different question. Not, why did they choose someone else, but why did this connection feel unfinished inside me? That question isn't meant to trap you in longing. It's meant to lead you into truth. Stay till the end, because this is where illusion dissolves and wisdom takes its place. You are beginning to realize that what hurt the most wasn't the marriage itself, but the way the story ended without honesty, without closure, without a moment where truth was allowed to breathe fully. Silence replaced explanation. Distance replaced courage. And because you are intuitive, your soul felt that incompleteness like a quiet ache that never had a name. Your heart needs this reminder right now because unfinished energy doesn't mean unfinished destiny. It means a lesson was completed internally, even if it never received a proper ending externally. Listen to this moment closely. Many people believe that if someone marries someone else, it means the deeper connection was an illusion. But that's not how soul connections work. A soul connection doesn't end because of a legal decision. It ends when its purpose is fulfilled. And sometimes, its purpose is not union. Sometimes, its purpose is awakening. Awakening you to your standards. Awakening you to your depth. Awakening you to the kind of love you can never unsee once you've felt it. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is showing you now that what felt like loss was actually initiation. You were initiated into self-respect, into discernment, into the ability to feel deeply without abandoning yourself. Listen to this carefully. There is a hidden truth beneath this marriage that has nothing to do with the other person being better than you. The hidden truth is that your soulmate was standing at a crossroads between growth and safety, and they chose safety. Safety looks like tradition. Safety looks like approval. Safety looks like predictability. Growth looks like honesty, vulnerability, and emotional risk. And not everyone is ready for growth when it demands they confront themselves. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you chose growth, even when it hurt. Don't scroll, because this part matters deeply. Angel numbers may still be appearing around you, but now they come during moments of reflection rather than pain. 222 when you're learning balance instead of attachment. 444 when you're grounding yourself back into reality instead of fantasy. 555 when you feel a deep internal shift, like something old is finally releasing. These numbers are not telling you to wait. They are telling you that your soul is integrating truth. Listen to this moment. You may notice that you no longer fantasize about reunion the same way. Not because the connection didn't matter, but because you've outgrown the version of yourself that would accept love hidden in shadows. That's not bitterness. That's evolution. Your heart needs this reminder right now because loving someone does not obligate you to disappear for them. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe never asks you to compete with someone else's life choices. If love has to be hidden, delayed, or chosen in secret, it is not meant to be lived. You were never meant to be someone's what if, while they built a public future with someone else. And the fact that you refused that role is not a loss. It is self-honor. Listen to this carefully. There is a reason you couldn't fully let go right away. Not because you were meant to hold on, but because your soul was extracting wisdom from the experience. Wisdom about timing. Wisdom about emotional availability. Wisdom about how love feels when it is aligned versus when it is constrained by fear. That extraction is finishing now. Stay till the end, because this is where peace begins to replace longing. You are starting to feel moments where the idea of your future excites you more than the memory of the past. Moments where curiosity replaces grief. Moments where you realize that if this connection had continued, you might have lived a life of quiet compromise. That realization doesn't hurt as much as it liberates. Your heart needs this reminder right now because freedom often arrives disguised as disappointment. Don't scroll, because destiny is still speaking. The universe is not done with your love story. It is done with ambiguity. It is done with half choices. It is done with you carrying emotional weight alone. The love that is coming toward you will not arrive through loss, secrecy, or comparison. It will arrive through clarity, mutual choosing, and openness. You will not have to guess. You will not have to wait in silence. You will not have to wonder where you stand. Listen to this moment carefully. The reason this connection had to end this way is because it taught you exactly what you will never accept again. And that lesson is priceless. Stay till the end, because this is the emotional revelation that anchors everything. You were not rejected. You were redirected. You were not overlooked. You were protected. And you were not abandoned. You were prepared. Prepared for a love that does not choose fear over truth, does not choose comfort over connection, and does not ask you to be smaller than you are. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. The chapter that hurt you is closing not because you failed, but because you learned. And what comes next will meet you with honesty, courage, and peace. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what you are stepping into now is the stage where the universe stops explaining the pain and starts showing you its purpose, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel like you've already cried all the tears you had. Listen to this carefully. There is a moment after loss where the mind understands but the soul is still catching up, and that moment can feel strangely quiet, almost empty. That emptiness isn't absence. It's space. Space that was created when something that no longer aligned was finally removed. And right now, your soul is learning how to breathe inside that space without filling it with old stories. Stay till the end, because this is where healing becomes embodied, not just understood. You may be noticing that the sharp pain has softened, but questions still drift in late at night. Questions like, was it real? Did I matter? Did any of it mean what I thought it meant? Listen to this moment closely. Meaning does not disappear just because a connection didn't last. Some connections are meaningful precisely because they end where they do. They awaken you without consuming your future. They teach you depth without demanding lifelong sacrifice. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you've been measuring the connection by its outcome instead of its impact. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is gently asking you to stop looking at the wedding as the final answer. A marriage is not always a conclusion. Sometimes it's a detour chosen out of fear, pressure, or timing. Sometimes it's an attempt to quiet inner conflict instead of facing it. And that does not mean the love you felt was imagined. It means the capacity to live that love openly was missing. Listen to this carefully. Capacity matters more than feeling. Someone can feel deeply and still choose a life that avoids emotional risk. Someone can recognize a soulmate and still decide not to become the version of themselves required to honor that bond. And that decision has nothing to do with your worth. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you keep wondering what you lacked, when the truth is, you were offering something they didn't know how to hold. Don't scroll, because this part matters deeply. As this realization integrates, you may feel moments of anger surface unexpectedly. Not explosive anger, but clean anger. The kind that says, I deserved honesty. I deserved clarity. I deserved to be chosen openly. Let that anger exist. It is not here to make you bitter. It is here to restore your boundaries. It is teaching your nervous system that love does not require silence, secrecy, or self-erasure. Listen to this moment. Angel numbers may still be appearing around you, but now they arrive as grounding confirmations instead of emotional prompts. For 44 when you choose stability over fantasy. 222 when you return to balance instead of replaying the past. 555 when you release another layer of attachment and feel lighter afterward. These signs are not asking you to hold on. They are confirming that you are letting go in a healthy way. This message is for you if you've noticed that your body no longer reacts the same way when you think about them. The ache is still there, but it no longer defines you. That's healing moving from the mind into the body. Don't scroll away from this knowing. You are not meant to carry unresolved love forever. You are meant to extract wisdom from it and move forward whole. Listen to this carefully. The universe is now helping you understand that if you had stayed connected to this person, if circumstances had somehow forced you together, you might have spent a lifetime negotiating your place, hiding your truth, or compromising your needs to maintain harmony. That kind of life looks stable on the outside but erodes you on the inside. And the universe loves you too much to allow that. Your heart needs this reminder right now because protection often arrives disguised as disappointment. Don't scroll, because destiny is shifting again. You may feel moments where excitement for the future appears out of nowhere. Moments where you imagine a love that doesn't require secrecy, waiting, or emotional suppression. Those moments are not betrayal of what you felt before. They are signs that your soul is ready for something healthier. Listen to this moment closely. The love meant for you will not make you feel like you arrived late or missed your chance. It will feel timely, mutual, and obvious. You will not have to interpret signs or wait for courage from the other person. They will meet you where you stand. Stay till the end, because this is the emotional revelation that anchors everything. You were never meant to be the hidden chapter in someone else's life story. You were meant to be the main story in your own. And now that you are reclaiming that role, the universe can finally write a chapter that doesn't require loss to feel meaningful. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. The pain you're moving through is not proof that you loved wrong. It's proof that you loved honestly in a world that often chooses convenience over truth. And honesty will always lead you back to yourself. As this chapter closes, trust this: what is coming next will not arrive through heartbreak. It will arrive through clarity, courage, and mutual choosing. And when it does, you'll look back on this moment not as the time you lost someone, but as the time you finally chose yourself and allowed destiny to meet you there. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what's unfolding now is the phase where your heart stops asking for answers and starts recognizing truth on its own, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel calmer than you ever thought you would. Listen to this carefully. There comes a moment after grief, after shock, after disbelief, when something inside you exhales for the first time. It's subtle. It doesn't feel dramatic. It feels like space opening up where tension used to live. That space is not emptiness. It's relief. Relief from carrying a story that required you to wait in silence, interpret mixed signals, and hold hope without support. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe shows you how quietly it has been protecting you all along. You may notice that your thoughts about them no longer spiral the way they once did. They arrive, they pass, and they leave behind information instead of pain. That's not because the connection wasn't real. It's because your soul has finished extracting what it needed. Your heart needs this reminder right now because unfinished feelings don't mean unfinished destiny. They mean a chapter has completed its work internally, even if the external ending felt abrupt or unresolved. Listen to this moment closely. When someone chooses marriage while deeper truth remains unspoken, the hidden truth is rarely about you being second best. It's about avoidance. Avoidance of self-confrontation. Avoidance of vulnerability. Avoidance of choosing growth when growth requires standing alone. Many people marry to anchor themselves to certainty, not because their heart is fully aligned, but because they are afraid of the unknown. And you, whether you realize it or not, represent the unknown. You represent depth, honesty, and transformation. Your heart needs this reminder right now because not everyone is ready to live at that depth, even if they recognize it. Don't scroll away from this truth. The universe is asking you to see the difference between love and capacity. Love can exist without capacity. Feeling can exist without readiness. Recognition can exist without courage. And when capacity is missing, the universe intervenes, not to punish, but to redirect. Listen to this carefully. You were never meant to be someone's unresolved truth while they built a life around comfort. You were never meant to live in the background of someone else's certainty. You were meant to be chosen openly, fully, without hesitation. And the reason this hurts now is because you are realizing just how much you honored the connection without hiding, while the other person compartmentalized it to survive their own fear. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you did not fail at love. You honored it. Don't scroll, because this is where the narrative shifts from loss to liberation. As this understanding settles, you may feel a strange mix of compassion and detachment toward them. You can see their humanity without wanting to carry their choices anymore. You can understand their fear without excusing the cost it placed on you. That balance is not indifference. It's maturity. It's the sign that your soul is no longer entangled in their timeline. Listen to this moment. Angel numbers may still appear, but now they feel grounding rather than urgent. 222 when you choose emotional balance over revisiting the past. 444 when you anchor yourself in reality instead of fantasy. 555 when another layer of attachment falls away and you feel lighter afterward. These are not messages telling you to wait. They are confirmations that you are moving forward in alignment. This message is for you if you're starting to feel moments of excitement about your future that surprise you. Moments where curiosity replaces longing. Moments where you imagine a love that doesn't require secrecy, patience beyond reason, or emotional restraint. Those moments are not betrayal of what you felt before. They are signs that your soul is ready to receive something healthier. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe is not ending your belief in soulmates. It's refining it. Teaching you that a true soulmate does not require you to diminish your voice or hide your truth. A true soulmate does not ask you to wait in silence while they choose another life. A true soulmate meets you where you are, with courage, clarity, and mutual choosing. Listen to this carefully. The reason this chapter is closing now is because you reached a point where staying emotionally attached would have required you to betray yourself. And the universe will always choose your self-respect over your longing. That is protection, not loss. Your heart needs this reminder right now because protection often feels like heartbreak when you're still attached to the story. Don't scroll, because destiny is rearranging quietly. You may notice that you no longer feel drawn to signs that feed hope without substance. You're less interested in interpreting silence. You're more interested in peace. That shift is not random. It's alignment taking root. Listen to this moment closely. The love that is meant for you will not arrive through someone else's wedding announcement. It will arrive through clarity, through availability, through someone who doesn't hide behind circumstances or timelines. Someone who doesn't need to be pushed into choosing you. Someone who chooses you because it feels right, not because it feels safe. Stay till the end, because this is the emotional revelation that grounds everything. You were not meant to learn this lesson to suffer. You were meant to learn it so you never again mistake longing for destiny. So you never again accept hidden love as your standard. So you never again silence your intuition to keep a connection alive. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. What you are releasing now is not love. It's limbo. It's uncertainty. It's a version of life where you were waiting instead of living. And as that releases, something steadier, clearer, and more honest is making its way toward you. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to wait for it in pain. You only need to stay aligned with the version of yourself who now knows what love must feel like in your body. Calm. Open. Certain. And when that love arrives, you won't question why this chapter ended the way it did. You'll understand that it ended because you were ready to move forward without hiding, without waiting, and without losing yourself again. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what you're stepping into now is the quiet completion your soul has been moving toward all along, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel steady on the outside and reflective on the inside. Listen to this carefully. There is a moment when grief no longer asks questions and hope no longer clings to answers. That moment is not emptiness. It's integration. It's when your body finally believes what your mind has already understood. You are there now. You are no longer fighting reality, rewriting memories, or bargaining with timelines. You are allowing truth to land gently, without resistance. Stay till the end, because this is where the story stops hurting and starts making sense in a way that brings peace instead of longing. You may notice that when their name crosses your mind, it doesn't pull you under anymore. It doesn't ignite panic or fantasy. It brings information. A calm knowing. A recognition that what you felt was real, and what ended was necessary. Your heart needs this reminder right now because acceptance does not erase love, it releases attachment to outcomes that were never aligned. Listen to this moment closely. The universe does not ask you to forget meaningful connections. It asks you to stop letting them define your future. And you are doing that now, not through force, but through clarity. Don't scroll away from this truth. The marriage you witnessed was never meant to be a verdict on your worth or the depth of what you shared. It was a mirror reflecting a choice rooted in certainty over authenticity. That choice belongs to them. The clarity belongs to you. And clarity is power that doesn't shout. It steadies. Listen to this carefully. You may be realizing now that what you truly wanted wasn't them specifically, but the way the connection made you feel alive, seen, and open. That feeling is not lost. It was awakened in you so you would recognize it again, this time without secrecy, without postponement, without fear. Your heart needs this reminder right now because the source of that feeling was never outside you. It was inside you all along, activated by the connection but not owned by it. Don't scroll, because this is where spiritual awakening completes its archangel numbers may still appear, but now they feel like gentle affirmations rather than signs to decode. For 44 when you choose steadiness over drama. 222 when you return to balance instead of revisiting old narratives. 1111 when you feel aligned without needing reassurance. These are confirmations that you are no longer searching for meaning, you are living it. Listen to this moment. There is a softness in you now that wasn't there before. Not softness that tolerates disrespect, but softness that trusts itself. You no longer need to harden to protect your heart. Your discernment is strong enough to keep you safe without closing you off. That is maturity. Your heart needs this reminder right now because true healing does not make you numb. It makes you selective. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe is not asking you to wait for a reunion, a confession, or a miracle reversal. It is asking you to keep walking forward with your eyes open and your heart intact. If someone ever returns with clarity, courage, and availability, you will know exactly what questions to ask and what standards to hold. And if they don't, you will still be at peace, because your life is no longer paused around someone else's choices. Listen to this carefully. The reason this chapter had to close the way it did is because staying emotionally tethered would have required you to live in suspension, always half here, half there. And you were never meant to live a half-life. You were meant to be fully present in your own story. Your heart needs this reminder right now because presence is the foundation of joy. Don't scroll, because destiny is now responding to the version of you that stands whole and grounded. Opportunities, connections, and relationships that meet you in openness will begin to feel natural. You will notice how quickly your body responds to honesty and how swiftly it withdraws from ambiguity. That responsiveness is not fear. It's alignment. Listen to this moment closely. The love that is meant for you will not announce itself through pain or loss. It will feel like recognition without tension. It will feel like ease without boredom. It will feel like being chosen without having to prove anything. And when it arrives, you will understand that what you went through was not a detour from love, but a refinement of your ability to receive it. Stay till the end, because this is the emotional revelation that completes everything. You were not meant to learn how to let go so you could be alone. You were meant to learn how to let go so you could be available. Available for a love that meets you in daylight, not in shadows. Available for a future that doesn't ask you to hide your truth or wait for courage from someone else. Available for peace that doesn't require constant effort to maintain. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where your soul needed to be to step into a chapter that honors who you are now. The universe has been guiding you quietly, patiently, lovingly, and now you can feel it. This is not the end of your love story. This is the moment it finally aligns with you.